The NFL, now that the draft weekend is come and gone, it's time to figure out how everyone did. Jets draft is all about getting their quarterback in face of the franchise and Sam Darnold. Giants was all about sacrificing a quarterback like Darnold, instead restocking what they have with plug-and-play big-time talents like Saquon Barkley and Will Hernandez. Pat, who had the better draft? Jets or Giants?
Well, that hinges on what Darnold becomes. But if you're asking me right now who had the better draft top to bottom, it was the Giants. That's obviously helped by the fact they were picking second in most of these rounds. But I think Hernandez is a solid player, should have been a first-round pick. Lorenzo Carter, actually, the outside linebacker of Georgia, he's the player that I've had the most people reach out to me and say, love this pick for the Giants. Even over Barkley, they love the value they got and the player he can be as a pass rusher. So that's an interesting one to keep an eye on. But, of course, the decision he made at the top of the draft, Dave Gettleman, not taking a QB, not seeking a trade when Darnold fell to 2. If he turns into the next future franchise quarterback for the Jets, Giants are going to hear about it for a long time.
Oh, yes, they will.
The Giants took a running back with the second pick overall. The Jets got, by most people's account, the #1 quarterback in the draft.
I like where
the Jets had a better draft. It's as simple as that. I don't care how great Saquon Barkley is. And look, I would have taken Rosen, would have been my #1 quarterback. But, again, most people love Sam Darnold. Jets love Sam Darnold, so they get their guy. Jonas, you know better than anybody. They needed to get a guy who could potentially be a franchise quarterback, not a running back. I don't care how good he is. So, therefore, the Jets, I don't care how about the depth of the draft either, the Jets had a much better draft.
And that's because I was the guy who had to watch Bryce Petty play quarterback.
Right, exactly.
You were the only guy?
It felt like it at times. It felt like it.
I got to say, I'm torn because I read Pat's grades that he gave out today, and I got to say,
there's a shot coming here, Pat.
I wish Pat had been my teacher in high school. For
there's the shot. There it is.
Some very generous grades there, Pat. But I'm just kidding.
I'll say this.
Who knows what? Lorenzo Carter, what's his name?
Carter, yeah. Well, to your point,
Lorenzo Cain.
Their pick of R.J. McIntosh from Miami, the D tackle, taking that second D tackle late when you needed a corner. I'm not sure I love that pick. Like, Gettleman wants to take the best player and get depth at a position, but I think he has some needs. You know, maybe you take a corner there and upgrade some depth he needed in the secondary. I didn't like what the Jets did in some of the middle rounds. They took
get to that with
some injury risks on some guys.
Some smaller school guys. We'll get to that.
Can I finish my answer? Pat, jump.
I'll grade your answer after this. I got the red pen out.
Wait a second. He talked for like 2 minutes. You didn't finish?
Yeah, you're ripping me.
It's the Jets. It's the Jets. They made a great move going up to 3, not thinking they were going to get Darnold, and it worked out perfectly, better than they ever expected. So it's the Jets.
And you got the green tie on too. Look at you.
Wait a second.
Except for the fact they drafted somebody from Smoky Mountain State or something like that.
I'm so glad it only took 4 minutes for your hot take to come out right there, John.